What the hell is this? This has to be one of the wackiest, I think it just broke again, weirdest and most horrific cabins we've ever stayed in. Dude, can you help me out, please? It's completely stuck.
Oh my god, this is horrendous. Ow, it's got poked in the back.
Whoever designed this needs to find a new job. Let's take you for a full look around and our experience in this cabin. This video is brought to you by Squarespace.
Okay, so let's show you the cabin. Now, we have already been in the cabin for a night, so we do have a little bit of experience in this cabin, but I can't wait to show you. We're in here, 3001, welcome. You can also turn it to say different things. Turn down the cabin, makeup cabin, or welcome. Let's put it to welcome because we're going to welcome you in. Come on, let's go. If I can get the door open.
The door sticks.
Yeah, the door's broken, so it doesn't actually lock sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't open.
Oh, he's finally in.
I finally got through the door, and the first thing you notice is I'm now in the bathroom / toilet. Yeah, this is the bathroom and the toilet for the whole cabin. Right as you enter the door, you're in the loo. Pretty strange, isn't it?
It smells like a toilet as well. The whole cabin smells like a bathroom because it is so open that basically all that's between you and anybody else is this weird curtain which you can pull across. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's just awful. And a piece of glass.
And that is it. So basically, whatever you're doing in here, you're gonna hear and smell in there.
Now, as you're going to see in our tour, quite a few stuff are broken in this cabin, including that bloomin' toilet door. So David went for coffee this morning and I was stuck in there. It was only about 5 or 10 minutes. I could not get out of there. It is completely jammed and broken, and I was really worried that I was going to smash the glass and it was just going to go everywhere. So I waited for David to come back, then shouted for help. Should we do a little reenactment of what happened? David, can you help me out, please? It's completely stuck.
1 week later.
It's not good, is it, guys? This door, anyway, when it was working, doesn't actually make like a line all the way across the edge. There's a big gap at the bottom by about that much, so it does feel, and it's really dirty, that you don't get any privacy at all. Now, we're on board the Norwegian Epic cruise ship. If you didn't watch our episode last week, make sure you go back and watch that because we give you more information about this ship. It is bloomin' awful, as you saw. We're so disappointed because Norwegian Cruise Line is one of the biggest and most famous cruise lines in the world, and this is just like, what is this? It's just absolutely bloomin' shocking.
Do you know what? We've stayed in hotels with a similar layout, Citizen M hotels if you've ever stayed in one of them. But the difference is you're only staying in them hotels for 1 or 2 nights. So if you were in this cabin for 1 night maybe, it'd be fine. But this cruise is a 10-night cruise. So we are going to get to know each other really well because we're going to be in this cabin for 10 nights and at times literally on top of each other.
Oh, that's what she said.
It does not sound as exciting as it's going to be, trust me.
Right, David, do you want to get in that toilet and show us around then? See what it's all about?
Well, first things first, I want to know how many eyeballs have looked through this because look at the state of that.
It's filthy.
It's awful.
It's not a good first impression, is it?
I don't know what I'm going to contract while I'm spying through that spy hole. So yeah, right here, like Ben said, here's your toilet.
I mean, it's literally in the room, which is crazy. Oh, bye, David.
Oh, it's broken again.
It's broken. Look, it's like sort of hanging off the wall, which isn't good, is it?
And it's not the cleanest as well, I'll tell you that. But that's your toilet basically for the room. On this side, you can hop right from the loo into the shower, all with everybody on view.
Now, if you're with somebody you know, you could put on a little show here, couldn't you, David? Look at that. So close the capsule, beam her up, Scotty. Oh no, that's not a good look, David, at all. No, we can't be having any of that. It's a family channel.
Could you imagine? I mean, if you're sharing with friends or anybody, that is not a good look. But do you know one thing else that we noticed about this cabin? This is also your dressing space. So once you've had your shower here and you're drying yourself off, you're basically doing it in the view of the cabin, or you're keeping this curtain closed. But there's another little problem is, if your cabin mate's out of the room and opens that door, you're literally going to be revealing yourself to everybody in the hallway.
I mean, it's basically the red light district, isn't it?
It basically is, yes. But you're paying them. We've almost done this a few times where we've came back to the cabin and say like Ben's getting dressed in here and he's just stood in his boxers and there's people walking past and everyone gets a little bit of an eyeful. So you do have to be aware of that. But yeah, really strange. This is your bathroom in this cabin.
Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you might be thinking, where the hell is my blooming sink? Surprise, it's in your bedroom. So it's right behind me. Look at this, a la sink, right next to the bed. What's great is that you can basically brush your teeth whilst in bed without even having to get up. See what I mean though? You can sit on the end of the bed while doing your teeth. It's the most bizarre thing ever. I mean, that's a benefit, right? It is the most weirdest thing. A little bit of storage, a light above as well, and then you've got these really grotty, horrible shelves with the thing that's falling off on the bottom, a really dirty shavers only plug, and it's just nasty. It's just not very nice at all. It really isn't. The water pressure and stuff's okay. It's a little bit too fast. So what happens when you're washing your hands is that it goes everywhere all over the bloody cabin, which is a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, be careful of any electrics that are out on the side.
Yeah, really funnily, you've got the TV right next to the sink and all of the electrical sockets, which we'll show you in a minute. Underneath, you've got this really weird storage unit. It almost looks like a fridge unit. We just put all of our excess stuff there. I don't know if it's a bin.
Is it a cooler box?
I don't know. It's really weird, guys. And then another little shelf that opens up about an inch. So you've got to have very thin hands to get stuff into there. Very strange indeed. But yeah, it's a really odd cabin, and definitely probably the strangest we've ever stayed in before. It's just not nice at all. Norwegian, what are you thinking about? We're very disappointed in this ship, because we were looking forward to coming on this. It was supposed to be our second ever cruise that we booked, but we had to cancel it way back in the day, about 10 years ago. So we never got on board her, and now we're on board. We're like, God, thank God we missed this one. Might have put us off cruising.
Have you just broken something else, Ben?
No, what?
So that is the plug for the sink.
It's got a dedicated hole for the plug sink. I don't know if that's genius or just completely ridiculous. Geez, it's got some... But yeah, everything in the cabin is just a bit grotty, guys. Like, I'll do a little dirt test and you'll see that it's just filthy, and all the edges of the mirrors and stuff have got cracks on, and it's just not nice. It looks a bit aged, doesn't it? You come in the cabin and then you've got some shelves here with the room service and minibar. Now, one good thing and one great thing about this cabin is that it's very cool, which we're very pleased about. So last night was really lovely. And in fairness, the bed was okay as well. It looks a bit weird because this cabin is curved. So normal cabins are just a big sort of rectangle and square, but this is like a curvy edge. Now, I don't actually mind this that much until you get further on into the cabin, and you'll know why when we explain. It's just a bit odd. The bed's quite nice, it's absolutely fine. You've got no plug sockets by either side of the bed. Now, the ship isn't that old. She's only about 13, 14 years old, so there isn't any on there.
Yeah, I mean, look at this TV. This is a TV that should be in a museum nowadays. It is incredibly small, and it's a very small cabin as well. Everything in the cabin is teeny tiny. Trying to get through here, I mean, I'm okay by myself, but wait until there's one more person trying to get past you, especially if they're sat here at the desk doing their face, doing their hair, or just doing a bit of work. It makes this whole area completely impassable.
Example A. Excuse me, please, sir. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Thank you.
One good thing though, there is lots of storage. I mean, you've got storage there, storage there, storage there. All of the plugs are under there. Quite like that actually. It's all thrown, hidden out of the way. So you've got all your plug sockets and things down there. And then the hairdryer is over there, but it's all very cramped.
I mean, the hairdryer is broken as well. It will only go on one setting, so we need to get that replaced as well.
Yeah, and you've got plenty of storage up here as well. Big shelf with a safe inside of it that can fit lots of stuff in. Your fridge is down there. So it has everything that you find in a regular cruise cabin, but it's all just super, super compact.
Discover the simplicity and power of Squarespace for yourself. Our website was effortlessly created using Squarespace, and we can't get enough of its user-friendly interface. With the Squarespace app for iOS and Android, managing our website has been a breeze when we are on the go. We can edit content, track analytics, and much more, all from the palm of our hands. Say goodbye to website headaches with Squarespace's new blueprint feature. Get started from scratch using a guided design system. Pick from lots of professionally curated layouts and styles, ensuring your online presence is both unique and optimized for all devices. For those who want to build an online store, Squarespace makes the selling process simple and flexible with seamless checkout options. Accept different payments with ease, including credit cards, PayPal, Apple Pay, and even offer buy now, pay later services like Afterpay and ClearPay in eligible countries. Don't wait any longer to unlock the potential of your online presence. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Ben and David to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. So some things in this cabin really do work, like we said. Like, there is a lot of storage, which is really good. It's just the size of it. Because of that big old bump and waviness, there's just no room. And when we go further on into the cabin, you've got a nice little phone here as well, which lights up. It does turn off if you press the button on there because it's very bright. You've got this really odd, shabby couch. It looks like something from the bloody 60s, but not in a good way. It's like fake leather and then this weird cover across the top of it, which is just not nice at all. It's like a weird material and it just looks really shabby all around the edges, like it's just been put together in some horrible like workshop. One good thing, and it's very strange, is that these open up, which is crazy. So you've got extra storage down there with some wires in the background though, so I'm not sure how safe that is. I'm sure it is safe. And the other side opens up as well, which is actually pretty good, but it's completely and utterly useless. Not only is it a weird shape so you can't lie on it, it's facing a wardrobe. Now the wardrobes are absolutely huge. You've got loads of them. You've got a big floor-to-ceiling mirror here with a huge wardrobe inside. It is really big, lots of hanging spaces. There's a second hanger in there as well. Your life jackets are in there as well, just in case of an emergency. And then you've got another huge cabinet here and lots of drawers, so that isn't an issue at all. Even these things up here open, which is great. So this is extra storage, but again, it's like, look at that, guys, it's going to fall off the plumb wall. Look at that. It's like, so I'm like worried that that's just going to drop off. And then you've got to kind of like stick it in properly. Now this cabin actually sleeps more than two, so you think that it's too small for two of us. Well, imagine it with four in here, because this thing converts to a bed, the actual little sofa, and then this thing above me pulls down into a bed as well, so you can have bunk beds here. I mean, can you imagine having a family of four in this cabin with those toilets in the background? It is just unthinkable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really odd. I just don't get it, because if I'm sat on the sofa, I'm just facing a wardrobe. So if I just sort of like sit back, I'm just sat looking at myself. And if I go further around, I'm just going to be sat facing the wardrobe. It's not comfortable or relaxing at all. So I don't know why I would ever sit on here. I can't even see the TV from most of it, only from this edge position. So if anybody sat further on the sofa, they're not going to be able to see the TV. All in all, a really strange cabin design, and the wavy feature kind of feels like they've done that to squeeze as many cabins in as possible.
And again, as you walk around, you can't help but feel how dark and grotty it is in here as well. Not only is it dark, I mean, that's just a thing of the past because she is a little bit of an older ship, but she's got so much wear and tear. There's little bits of wear and tear everywhere where it's really dirty, really nasty, where there's lots of scrapes and bits of wood missing and paneling missing and stains on the walls and things like that. We did the clean test as well. Just take a look at this, guys. I mean, this is just, we haven't done this bit yet. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but that is just absolutely blooming awful. It is filthy in here as well. So not only that, the cabin isn't even tidy and clean, which again, we've completely forgot to bring some Clorox wipes or some clean wipes to wipe everything down. I don't know why we would forget every blooming single time. We should maybe start taking some of our own advice, but we recommend that you bring some cleaning wipes. So some Dettol wipes if you're in the UK, or some Clorox wipes if you're in North America, just to give it a good clean down, because you don't know if they've had enough time to clean all of these cabins. Now, we can't blame our cabin attendant because he is absolutely lovely and he is really pushed, guys. He's got so many cabins to clean. They only do one cleaning service a day now, so they cut the second turn down service a while back, unless you're staying in one of the big mega suites, which are very expensive indeed. Now, you might think, my gosh, they're just mourning, that's all they do, but we're not. This is your vacation. You get to do this maybe once a year if you're lucky, and it's not cheap. We paid £3,500 for this cabin for 10 nights. Now that works out at nearly $500 per night, which is really expensive, guys. So you expect a certain basic standard of cabin, and for the same price we can sail on Royal Caribbean and other cruise lines where the cabins are going to be much nicer. Now, they're not perfect, but this is pretty bad compared to what we see nowadays. Anyway, let's go take a look at outside, and oh my gosh, I see some issues there too.
So let's show you our balcony. Just be careful with the door because that's a little bit temperamental as well. Well, the positive side of the balcony is that it is big. It's actually much bigger than the cabin, to be honest. And I had to stand out here while Ben was getting ready because there just wasn't enough room for two of us to be getting ready in there at the same time. That's the only positive. It's a big balcony. Everything else about it is pretty awful. It kind of reminds me of a glorified ferry, to be honest. It's looking very, very dated, very worn around the edges. I mean, my hands are filthy from just touching that. The furniture, you've got 2 chairs and a teeny tiny table. I mean, it's a big balcony. You think we would have put a little bit more furniture out here, especially a bigger table so it's actually usable. But also, it kind of smells, guys. We've got a smelly cabin. So I don't know if it's just where we are, but it smells a little bit like fuel, like engine fuel and chip fat. So it's kind of like school dinnery smell mixed with engine fuel. Not a nice, pleasant smell and not a pleasant place to be and to relax. But oh look, we've got another ship there, Ben.
MSC.
Oh, it's an MS. Do you know what? I'd rather jump and swim to that ship than be on this hunk of junk for a week.
Oh, careful what you wish for.
That says a lot. So we're going to do a little experiment to see if this, what we have called the poop curtain, actually works. Now, I know you're not going to be able to do smelly vision at home, but you can at least hear if it's nice and private in here. So I'm just going to pop into the toilet and see if it works.
Go on, David.
Okay, I'm now entering the toilet.
Oh, he's in the toilet.
I am now pulling down one's trousers. I am now letting go.
My God, David. He's just joking, it's on his phone, but that's how loud it is. Now, I don't know if you could hear that, but that was very, very loud. You are going to have very little privacy in this cabin, so it probably is best that you're sharing someone with you that you love. I mean, they might not love you after this cruise, but how funny is that? Oh my gosh.
What?
Do you want to talk about what just happened?
What? What did I miss?
You know.
No, you didn't hear anything because of the poop curtain. It blocks all sounds and noises as well.
But anyway, we're going to see what it's like. We're going to spend a full 10 nights in this cabin. So wish us luck, guys. We're going to see what it's like. We're going to grab some food. We're going to get some room service, watch some movies, see how the cabin works in reality. So stick by. We'll jump back in a few days to see what it's like. Good morning. And welcome back. It's 1 week later, so we've spent 1 week in this cabin, so stay tuned for that review because we have a lot to say. We've just woke up. We're in a brand new port of Olympia. We have never been here before, so this is a port in Greece and it's brand new for us, so we're going to take you off today and have a little look around. But first of all, we got up and we ordered room service. For breakfast, it's $4.95 for as much as you want to order. You can also order for dinner and all day as well, and it's about $9.95 for that, so a little bit more expensive. It's just arrived, so I am super excited and super hungry and ready to start our day, especially for that coffee. So should we find somewhere to eat this and then we'll have some breakfast with you? But David,
this isn't going to work, is it?
it's a bit small. I mean, we can try it if you want, but that's tiny.
It's also like the face of the sun out here this morning. I don't think this is going to work because that furniture is ridiculously small. It's such a shame because the balcony is huge. Okay, plan number 2.
Go on.
Breakfast in bed.
Oh yes, I like that idea. Sorry, our cabin's a little bit messy now because it has been a while. Should we set up and eat?
Yeah, I'm also thinking, should we put towels down because you're a sloppy eater?
Oh, thanks, David. Yeah, we probably should do. We don't want to ruin the blankets.
Just finding a place to pour the coffee without creating any mess or splashback, because this is a messy coffee pourer. But one good thing about having the sink in the room is any spillage, nice and tidy.
Right, let's sit down and have our breakfast. I'm starving. Ooh, do you know what? This actually doesn't look too bad at all. So I went for the avocado and toast and a little fruit plate as well. And we've got a croissant each as well. Look how diddly tiny these croissants are. They're very small indeed. So let's go try. Cut my egg. Ooh, that's lovely and eggy. It's really funny, guys, because it comes on a little tray and it says there's nothing like dining in your bathrobe. Well, I'm literally looking at a toilet and a shower right now because it's in our room, so it should be more like there's nothing like dining in your bathroom, because that's how it feels. And the smell is real. I can smell like water and like sewerage because it comes through the pipes, I think, when we're in port. And we're in port this morning, and we always say we wake up every morning and it stinks in the cabin. Anyway, let's go have a little try. It looks lovely. I think it's got some like feta cheese on there, a little bit of avocado and all of that stuff. Ooh, that is perky and limey. That's really nice. The egg seasoned really well as well. The toast is a little bit burned, but that's fine because I do like it crispy. But that is very good indeed. The fruit plate is massive. It comes with about 15 different types of fruit. out. It looks a little bit dry, but let's have a try. Ooh, Haribo gone wild. That is sour. It's like a sour candy. Oh my gosh. Very good though. It does taste fresh, but it does look a little bit dry. You know what? That really isn't that bad, but you are paying for it. Remember that. It's not complimentary. Ah, look at that, David. Coffee and breakfast with a toilet view.
The great thing is, coffee makes me go very quickly, so I can actually sit on the toilet, enjoy the coffee, watch TV, and talk to Ben at the same time.
No, no, no.
Yeah, literally.
TMI.
Literally, I'm 2 steps away without even having to open a door or anything. It's just a little curtain there. The coffee is not great. It's the same as the coffee that you get in the buffet. Dirty dishwater, but it does the job. I'm not fussy. I'll go for anything when it comes to coffee. I just need that caffeine hit. Right, I got a spinach omelette and it comes with some little breakfast potatoes. I have to say, like Ben, actually looks pretty impressive, but it is very similar to what you get in the main dining room. Let's give it a go.
Now, David, I have to say we've noticed on this cruise that Norwegian use a lot of plastic, don't they?
I mean, I'm not going to preach, but the thing that annoys me the most is companies that pretend to be one thing and are actually another. So they do a lot of stuff on here that's sustainable. We do a sustainable cocktail, which is served in a plastic glass. We are sustainable. We do this. Make sure you recycle. But then I don't get it.
Like you said, we can't preach because we cruise, but we don't preach. That's the thing. But I don't get a cruise line saying that they're sustainable and doing stuff for the planet when they're using all plastic stuff.
So, my omelette, actually very tasty, really well seasoned, maybe slightly too salty, but actually really lovely. I'm pretty impressed with that. Pretty decent breakfast, like I said, but you do have to pay for it. It's just a shame there's nowhere to sit and enjoy it. I mean, you can literally sit in bed and enjoy your breakfast, but yeah, it's a little awkward in here.
Oh, I'm absolutely stuffed. That was actually pretty good. It wasn't bad at all. Now, before we get off, we want to tell you about a few of the pros of the cabin to keep things balanced, because it's not all bad. It really isn't. You know, overall, guys, it's a cabin, isn't it? So it's just for sleeping, and to be fair, you can sleep in here. You might have all of those other problems that we're going to talk about in a bit, but things like the storage have been really fantastic. So much storage, which has been really lovely. Now, whilst that shower is just absolutely ridiculously placed, the actual shower and the cubicle inside, nice and big. The power of the shower, oh, that rhymes, is really good. It's really hot and powerful, which is really nice as well. Obviously, there's problems when you come out, which sucks as well. And another thing that's been really nice is the balcony. Now, whilst it might look like trash out there because it's falling to bits, it's a really big balcony, and because the cabin's been so small, it's actually forced us to spend a lot of time on our balcony, which has been really wonderful. So we've been sat out there every night with the sunset, watching all of the land go by, beautiful Greece and Italy and Malta. It's been actually really quite nice spending time on that balcony. We'll talk about those bad points later on, but first of all, I'm going to go have a quick shower, and then we're going to head off into Olympia and show you what it's all about. You're going to want to stay tuned.
Because it's been such a long cruise, 10 nights, we're going to have to do some laundry halfway through. Like we said before, if this was for a short cruise, like a 1 or 2 night cruise, this cabin wouldn't be so bad. But 10 nights in here, we have started to go a little bit mad with it, and we are getting on top of each other. Anyway, I'm going to do my laundry. They've actually put an offer in the room where you can do one full bag for $34. It's a wash and fold. It's not a press or an iron. $34. I'm sure it used to be cheaper, didn't it?
Well, I think almost a year or 2 ago it used to be 20 something, then before that it used to be even cheaper. But we do get 1 complimentary bag for being platinum members, so for us there isn't a cost, which is okay. But look at that bag.
I mean,
it's tiny. It's got smaller,
and it's also made out of paper. It's funny how they can do cups and everything else in plastic, but they can't do that.
Well, because they want it to rip, so
Exactly.
You can't get much in.
So you've got to be pretty clever with it. Also, top tip, because we've done this so many times. Number 1, don't forget to actually count out what you've got. Don't put it in the bag and then fill out the slip. Probably preaching to the choir here. But also number 2, you have to write on the outside of the bag. Do it before you fill the bag, because I did it last time with a bag full and it just didn't work.
Lots of holes in the bag with the pen. And we are all showered and ready. Now that shower, guys, oh my gosh, it is a bit intrusive if you don't know the person very well. And the floor gets absolutely soaking wet. All of the front doors, so the door into your cabin and everything, it's very strange that it's been positioned there. Now, one thing that we've noticed is the hallways. You can hear everything. Toilets flushing, people pooping, and it smells because the toilets are literally 1 centimetre behind all of these doors, all of these cabin doors, so it's very smelly. every deck we've been on really smells. So keep that in mind. It just doesn't work. These cabins are terrible, and that's why it's never ever been done again. Anyway, let's get off. Super excited. It is hot outside, so looking forward to some sunshine. There we go, we're off. Nice and easy, eh, David?
Very easy, and it's a brand new port for us. My gosh, I feel like Bambi on stilts going down here. It's quite steep. Another new port for us, Olympia in Greece. Now, we're just going to figure out what our plan is next.
There she is, what we like to call the ugliest cruise ship in the world. Now, we're going to go do something, but we don't know quite what yet. We think we want to go to Olympia. There's beaches and things as well, but guys, it is roasting hot today. It is definitely the hottest day we've had on this cruise so far. It is roasting, which is lovely. The sky is beautiful and blue, no clouds at all, which we love to see. So come with us on this unplanned adventure. We've got no idea what we're doing. One thing we're not doing is taking a shore excursion because they're so expensive. We like to do things DIY. We just need to be back before 4 p.m. in plenty of time, so we'll aim to get back for the latest at 3 p.m, just so we give ourselves loads of time to get back. She really is a monstrosity, isn't she? And she's very, very loud and pumping out lots of crap at the back. Good Lord, guys, whoever designed this ship. Anyway, looks like just a walk into the town, really. It's a long straight line, which is pretty easy. Most people seem to be doing that. You can see a red bus at the bottom where you can do hop-on, hop-off tours, but we're just gonna wander in. Feeling a little bit tired this morning. The beds are not very good. We thought they were okay after the first night. After a week, guys, my back is hurting me. They are so hard and lumpy at the same time. And what's really weird is every single day we've got a port and we pull in about 6:30, 7 a.m. and the blooming cruise director does an announcement. Now it comes through the aisles and straight into our room really loud at like 7 a.m. every single day in like 5 languages, going on and on and on about how we've docked and what you've got to do to get off, but it's woken us up every single morning. We're on bloody vacation. We want to sleep in a little bit till like 8, 9 a.m. and sort of feel well rested. But no, they're getting us up every morning, so please stop that. Please don't be MSC. Don't wake us up every 5 minutes.
I find it really hard to believe that on the website for this port, it claims that this is the second most visited cruise port in Greece.
Never heard of it.
I've never heard of it before, and it's very quiet. I don't think many people on the cruise have heard of it before, because everybody we've spoke to have said, we're just kind of going to wander in and see what there is.
There was like 7 ships in Santorini the other day, and about 15 in Athens.
Yeah, I think somebody's tourist information is a little bit overzealous and telling some little white lies there.
Now, if you want to go on the bus, very, very busy indeed. It's only €10 though. We think it's cheap because it doesn't really go anywhere. It said it just goes around town, doesn't go to Olympia or anywhere like that. So, but yeah, very busy. People have been waiting there ages. So I don't know what's here, guys. It seems a bit quiet, actually. There's nothing here. But hey, it's just one of those new places that we get to go, which is always awesome. It doesn't matter what there is to do. It's just great to visit new places, isn't it? And take you guys along with us.
So we're on the bus to Olympia. We think. The driver doesn't speak any English, so it was a lot of sign language, Google Translate and writing things down. Apparently the bus takes around 30 minutes to Olympia. The next bus back is at 1:30, and then they're every hour after that, and it was €7 return.
Bargain.
Bargain. I mean, I hope we're going to Olympia and not just to the local supermarket, because that would be interesting.
The trip to Olympia with the shore excursions was well over €150 each, which is great.
Yeah. So from what I read online, if you want to take a taxi tour, you're looking at €45 and upwards. If you want to take the local bus, it's €7 like we've done, or you can do a bus tour where it's just a private bus, and that's about €14. Unfortunately, the private buses had all gone by today. We've got off about 11, and this was the local bus, so it was kind of just potluck that we got here and the bus was already here waiting for us.
But it's very comfortable and lovely.
Yeah, very comfortable. It's a proper coach. Nice. It's nice and cool as well, nice and air conditioned.
Welcome to ancient Olympia. So we've travelled about 30 minutes by bus. Super easy to get here. Absolutely gorgeous scenery on the way. So, like its name, this is the home of the Olympics. This is where it all began. 2,800 years ago. How crazy is that? So every 4 years, way back then in the day, thousands of years ago, they held the Olympic Games here. This is where it all started. And it seems quite apt because Paris Olympics are on right now. So it is very cool to be here. Immediately you can tell it's all about the Olympics. Lots and lots of flags here, lots of ancient ruins and things that they used to use in the Olympics. And whilst you're walking down the high street, there are so many shops, so many cafes selling lots of things from the Olympics. Olympic busts, Olympic magnets, Olympic books, t-shirts. everything, guys. It's really, really nice. It's such a beautiful day here as well. I think we're a little bit higher up in the mountains as well, so it's a little bit cooler as well, which is lovely. Little bonus there, but this is just absolutely gorgeous. So green, so lush, so lovely. I'm really glad we made the decision to come here.
I just can't get over how quiet it is here today. I do imagine that it does get very, very busy. We are the only ship in the port today, but you can visit here by land, of course. If you're visiting Athens, you could take a day excursion over to Olympia to see the birthplace of the Olympics. It kind of like, I don't know, it gives me sort of chills actually thinking about it. So it is quite a great place to visit.
It's just stunning. All of the greenery and some of the buildings are amazing, guys. We're just walking towards the archaeological site now, just for a little look around, see what it's all about. But yeah, this is very bearable. It's gorgeous, very quiet. Some of the ports we've been to, like Santorini, were so busy that you can't even move. This is just beautiful.
We went past a coffee shop and we couldn't resist but stop. It's in a nice, really shaded area. It feels quite French out here, actually. It's really lovely. And we're going to get a coffee. Ben's got himself an espresso, and I've got myself a frappe, which is very popular here in Greece. It's an iced coffee and it's very strong. Looking forward to it.
Oh, these coffees look absolutely lovely, and the people here are super friendly as well. Again, guys, super lucky how quiet it is today. Anyway, got me espresso. It looks very dark indeed. Let's have a little try. Oof, Simone Biles doing double somersaults on the pole vault. She doesn't do pole vault, does she? But anyway, that is good. Very rich, very dark, very mysterious. Oh, it sounds like my perfect man. Just joking, David. Cheers, guys. This is lovely. Oh, what a beautiful location as well. Can you hear the birds chirping, the wind in the air? Oh, I'm in heaven right now. And we're out of that cabin as well, which is even better.
This looks awesome. I've got my frappe here. I'm going to give it a little mixicles. The good thing about the cabin is it's making us appreciate everything outside the cabin a little bit more, because we don't want to be in there.
Yeah, so, David, did we become somewhat of cabin hogs, maybe, staying in too much?
Yeah, we maybe became a little bit too much of a recluse in the cabins. A little bit Kathy Batesy, but we're out and about now. We've been let free. Ooh, that is very strong and delicious. It's going to keep me going all day.
It looks lovely.
It does. I do worry about having that bathroom in the cabin later, though, with that amount of espresso.
Oh, good point. You've always got to keep that into consideration.
I can't get over how green and beautiful this place is, because a lot of Greece is quite bare and barren, but this one's green and lush. It doesn't feel like I'm in Greece at all. Anyway, the archaeological site has lots of archaeological rocks and things from the original temple of Olympia, so it's a really historic place to visit. And there's also the museum as well, if you want to find out more, where they have models and mock-ups of everything that you're looking at in the archaeological site.
Now, I doubt it was like the Paris 2024 Olympics with Lady Gaga and Celine Dion and drag queens. I mean, they might have had drag queens back then, who knows?
Yeah,
would have been a very different thing back then. Probably all men as well, no women were probably allowed back then, when times were less equal, which is unfortunate. But still, it is an amazing place to come and visit, and I do highly recommend it. Very easy to get to, very cheap. We've saved a fortune, paid 10% of the price that we would have paid if we were on the cruise line, so going away with some lighter pockets as well. Brucey bonus.
Nice to see you,
And there's carry off of Sex and the City said, and just like that, we are back on board the ship. Very quiet, very cool on board. Getting back super easy, and the drove us all the way to the port, so we didn't even have to blum and walk. We're going to go to O'Sheehan's, the 24-hour pub, for some lunch. It's complimentary, so included in the price of your cruise. Let's go do this. Feeling a little bit peckish after an active day in port.
So it's quite busy in O'Sheehan's actually. I'm quite surprised. I thought it was going to be nice and empty, but not quite a few people here for lunch. We went to check in and grabbed a table, and we've put our orders in, and our drinks orders as well. I need a beer. It was a long hot day and I need something cold and refreshing.
I went for the parsnip soup. Getting aromas of vegetabilis and cream. It smells absolutely delicious. Let's go have a try. Oh, John Peter and Ringo Starr. That is blooming. Oh, that is hot, but it is very tasty. Let me just go and blow on it.
Just blow on it, kid. All right, here we go.
Oh, really nice, really rich and delicious. Love it. For my main course, I went for the Cobb salad. Trying to keep things a little bit healthier, guys. Trying to do a bit of healthy eating at the moment, so I don't get absolutely gigantic from all of the crap I eat on cruise ships. I got the balsamic vinaigrette on the sides. Let's go and have a little taste. Get a bit of everything on my fork. That's some salty ham, some salty pork right there. Really good. Nice and refreshing. And a Diet Coke to go with it.
So in complete contrast to that, I've got a beer. I also have chicken wings and fish and chips. Giving you both sides of the spectrum here, guys. I feel like me and Ben have reversed roles in our orders here.
I know, it's not right, is it?
It isn't. I'm going to talk over the guy who's doing a quiz downstairs. So I've got buffalo chicken wings, nice big portion as well. Okay, nice and hot. A little bit fatty though, the wings, but nice and hot, like I said, so really fresh. Now, as a Brit, I don't know why I always order the fish and chips, because I'm always disappointed.
David, why?
By the way, this is not fish and chips, guys. This is French fries and fish pieces, that's how we'd put it. But I'm going to judge it as fish and chips from a pub, an American pub, let's put it that way. I'm not expecting Whitby Bay or the Yorkshire coast. I'm expecting just good tasty food. The fish and chips wasn't very good. The chips were quite scraggy and the fish barely had any fish inside of it. It was all just big, thick chunks of batter. And also, like I said, the chicken wings were very fatty, so not a great lunch altogether. Feeling a little bit disappointed, but it's fine. There's plenty of other food options on the ship. That's one great thing about cruising, isn't it? When in doubt, there's always the buffet.
Oh, it's nice to come into a clean cabin. Now, this is one of the issues we've had. Basically, for about 5 or 6 days of our cruise, our cabin hasn't been cleaned and we've been out for 5 or 6 hours a day. This is not really the crew's fault, guys. It's because Norwegian are pushing them so hard and giving them so many cabins. It's not good, is it? So quite a few days we've had no clean cabin, which sucks because the cabin isn't nice anyway. Right, let's talk about that bad stuff. You're under no illusion by now that we really, really don't like this cabin. It's not been a good cabin for 10 nights. Some things that haven't been great. The TV is awful. It's got a burned screen, which is really bad, so you can barely see what's on the TV, and there's only 2 English channels that are non-news, which is really annoying as well. So there's basically nothing on the TV at all. This is completely useless unless you want to pay for stuff. Bathroom and shower are just awful in general. I said the shower is nice, it is, but where it is just horrendous. One bad thing is that they just haven't fixed anything. So we've had a broken hairdryer, we've had several broken drawers, we've had a broken door where we keep getting stuck in the bathroom into the toilet room. Still not fixed even after a week. After 10 days is absolutely crazy. So they're just not fixing anything in the cabins, which is just awful. It's just so difficult to get ready and work around each other. Just 2 people, it's too much in this cabin just because it is so thin. Now, another thing, like I said, the cabin's really smelly. Just because your toilet is in the room, you're basically sitting on a throne. You can watch the TV from the toilet. You can almost get into bed from the toilet, which is a bit crazy, isn't it? A couple of bad things that we've had as well. We've had neighbours next door who smoke profusely on their balcony. We've reported it, but nothing's been done at all. So every time we do go out there, we have smoking. And the ship's quite rocky as well. It's very rumbly and loud here as well, so that's not very pleasant either, guys. It's kind of a few things which have come together and made us not like this cabin. But that's it really. At the end of the day, it's just a cabin. It really is. And we knew what we were coming into when we got on the ship. We picked, oh God, that's a bit. We knew what we picked. We did this on purpose. We picked this cabin because it has so many bad reviews on Cruise Critic. Everybody's going insane, saying they hate it so much. And we were like, it can't be as bad as they're all saying. It really is. So trust us, pick another cruise ship. You know we don't like the cruise ship either, so until it gets refitted, pick another cruise ship. There are so many out there, so many better Norwegian cruise ships. Just avoid this one like the plague because it isn't nice.
Thank you so much for watching, and a big thank you to our patrons. If you'd like to support us further, you can come and join our Patreon crew. In return for being a crew member, you also receive extra episodes like behind the scenes videos. We also upload all of our videos early and advert free. Plus, we do a monthly crew call, which is a live video chat with all of you lovely people. Click the link in the description section below if you'd want to find out more. That's it for this video. Until next time, happy cruising! Did you say pooping?
No.
Oh, I thought you said pooping?
No, cruising, you naughty boy.